Well, that was a rough tribal. And everything pretty much went exactly as planned, and it still sucked having to write Krista's name down.
It seems like our plan went to fruition as seamlessly as it could have. Sorry, Krista, RIP.
It sucks to eliminate somebody that you saw as part of your team.
The whole situation was a real shock because I did not realize that the pre-game relationships were as strong as they apparently are. So it's definitely a bummer to realize that you're on the bottom, and that's where I'm at right now.
Come on in, guys! Tagi tribe, getting your first look at the new Pagong tribe. Krista was just voted out.
Tribal today sounds like it was nuts. And the fact that Krista went home first, oh man, I did not see that coming.
Well, the votes are in. Krista has been eliminated. First one out of this game, and this is perfect for me. Really great for my game. She was the number one threat that I saw coming into this Survivor quarantine.
But the fact that Phil, Tom, and Julie made it out of the other tribe's first council makes me feel like there's going to be some Walton factors considered whenever we do make a merge or a tribe swap.
Let's get to today's challenge. This is a betting challenge. I'm going to give you 5 categories at the beginning for the 5 rounds of today's challenge. Each tribe will choose someone who feels the most confident in that category to go head to head with someone on the other tribe. However, it's not just a straight head to head challenge. Instead, you will be betting the other person from the other tribe who can do it faster, longer, etc., depending on the task. Once the other person names a number or time, etc., that you think they cannot actually do, you can say challenge, and that person will have to do what they said they could do. If they can do it, their tribe gets the point. If they cannot do it, the other tribe gets the point. Here are your 5 categories.
Yep.
Words, math, geography, survivor, and physical. All right, Tagi, you've got 1 extra member. You're sitting somebody out. Who's it going to be?
Robert.
Rob.
Okay. Robert, take a spot on the sit-out bench. Who is doing the words category for each tribe?
Emily.
And Claire.
I am going to give you a word unscramble. It is going to be 2 words, and you will receive a theme. How many seconds do you think it would take you to solve this word unscramble?
60.
55.
50.
48.
47.
46.
45.
44.
43.
42.
41.
40.
39.
I challenge.
Okay. Go. The theme is survival.
Voting blocks. Voting blocks.
She got it. That's 1 point, Tagi. Who is doing math?
That would be me.
And that would be me.
How many math problems do you think you can correctly solve in 1 minute?
15.
17.
18.
20.
22.
23.
24.
25.
26.
Challenge.
Okay, Rachel solving 26 math problems. All right, 1 minute is there on the clock for you. Go.
Okay.
Time is up.
I freaked out. I'm sorry.
That is a point for Tagi. The next category is geography. Who will be doing that?
That's B for Pagong.
That'll be me, Tagi.
How many U.S. state capitals can you get in 1 minute?
Can you do 10,
11.
15?
Challenge.
Now, Eric, if you can correctly get 15 U.S. state capitals in 1 minute, your tribe wins immunity. No pressure. Survivors ready? Go. Time.
Oh,
Sorry, Eric, you only got 11. That is a point for Pagong. The next challenge is
Good effort.
Survivor. Who will be completing this one?
Me.
Phil versus who? Tucker. You're going to have 1 minute to name as many Survivor winners as you can.
5,
6,
8,
9,
11,
12,
13,
14.
15.
Prove it.
Okay.
All right, Tucker will need to name 15 winners in 1 minute. Survivor ready, go. That's 15. Congratulations, Tagi. You
Let's go.
Congratulations, Tagi, on your second win. Pagong, couldn't pull it together. Got nothing for you but a date with me at Tribal Council on Thursday, where someone will become the second person voted out of Survivor Quarantine Island. Grab your stuff. Head back to camp.
Another tribal, another win, and this time yours truly gets the winning point for Tagi. Another tribal council evaded.
Tagi with 2 immunity challenge wins in a row. Love it.
A less than ideal performance in the second immunity challenge, and here we find ourselves back in tribal council.
wow, it's been a long week for me and Rob.
With Krista gone, I am now the biggest target in this game. Clearly, I always was, but now I think it's more evident than ever. People are gunning for me.
Can Rob be trusted? Like, he tried to go off again today that he had the idol. It's like, dude, we just won, so why are we talking about that? And also, you don't have the idol.
Because Rob seemed to reveal that him, Emily, Eric, and Phil from Pagong all have this interconnected relationship. And it's like, you know, I can hear you talking about other tribe members, your history with them. Why should I trust you? Why should I go Tagi strong in a swap? I can pay attention to what's going on. I'm not a blank slate.
I am forming alliances with the NYC3. That is Emily, Eric, and Sean. Now, hopefully, they don't vote me out first.
I don't know how to feel about Rob, and if it were up to me, he would be the first one out.
I may need to make some drastic moves. Right now, I'm in the works of making a fake idol.
Tuesday night was definitely a problem. Showed up to the immunity challenge 3 marks deep, which who among us, but a little too disrespectful of the process. He's alienated everyone on both sides. Sean sounds checked out on him. Zach and Tucker don't trust him at all.
I just know that Zach is coming for me, and he's going to have Tucker with him as well. If they can turn Sean to their cause, we're sunk. We are sunk.
A really productive initial conversation with Zach today. Tried to reach across the aisle for the first time. I knew he would be somebody that I might want to play with later, but seems like we see eye to eye on a lot of things.
Zach, if you think I'm with you, I'm not. And if you think I'm your friend, you're in trouble. So you better watch your back.
So the granddaddy of bombs gets dropped on me yesterday when Zach comes to me. He goes and tells me that he has it on good authority that Rob has been cross-talking with the other tribe about a Walton alliance, which makes me so mad. To go across tribal lines to talk about that shit, like, that's just so irritating. I want Rob gone. Like, enough.
If I can get to the merge, it's game over, baby. It's game over.
Was feeling pretty good. I had a good time at the tribal council. Obviously it's not fun to get rid of anybody, but there was like an adrenaline with it. And now I'm just having now the dust has settled. I'm just gonna feel like bummed. And even worse, we have to vote somebody else off.
So I don't really know who I can trust right now. I thought that I could trust Julie, and she blindsided me. But now she's, wanting to possibly work together, so I just don't know who to trust.
Put some firm, concrete evidence down on where we stand, but it could be shifting.
It feels like Tom, Julie, and I are still very strong in our initial alliance.
The best thing I have going for me right now is that I have an immunity idol, and the only person that knew about it was Krista. I'm not going to tell Julie, and I'm trying to convince Julie that Krista had it.
I do have a strong feeling about an idol tonight.
The first tribal council, we managed to break up the presumed Claire and Krista alliance. And going into tonight, the decision is whether or not to finish that alliance, at least as far as Pagong is concerned, or whether to target Rachel, who may or may not have friends on the other tribe.
Well, Pagong, here we are again, second tribal council. Sorry to see you here. Let's talk about what's been going on the last couple of days. So Claire, last tribal council, the tribe voted out Krista in a 3-way tie vote. Did that bring up any questions about tribal lines, who's with who, or did it in some way draw a line in the sand? What's going on with that vote?
I went into tribal council last week pretty confident, and I came out of there quite the opposite. I saw some lines drawn in the sand, and I don't really know, I didn't know what that meant after that, and I'm still not quite, I'm not super confident in what those lines ended up being. But you know what, I guess we'll find out where those lines really are tonight, because I think I have some suspicions, but I just don't know.
So Phil, I mean, that was a pretty explosive exit last tribal. At the end of the day, do you have to say, it's just a game, or is there a point when some of this becomes personal in some way?
That's a great question. Thanks, Jeff. I think for all of us, you can go into it thinking as strategically as possible. But the fact that we do know each other, and will know each other after this game as well, does mean that there are personal implications. Any way that I've thought about it is that you have to end up doing the best thing for you and or for the people that you trust. And unfortunately, if I go home, that's part of the game. If somebody else goes home, that's part of the game. That's the way you have to look at it.
Tom, I mean, everyone that you vote out of this game is going to the jury. Do you think about that at all when you're deciding on the vote? About how that could impact you if you make it to the end?
I hadn't yet, but damn, now I am. Well, I will moving forward, Jeff. Thank you. That's a great question.
Julie, big topic of conversation, the idol. It was not played last tribal council. Has there been continuing talk about where it could be?
There's talk that maybe it went home in a pocket last week. Maybe some of our more contentious players have it available to them. I guess maybe we'll see tonight.
Rachel, do you think there's a possibility that maybe no one has it and it's still out there to be found? Or is everyone assuming at this point that someone has it or it left with Krista last tribal council?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything is possible, but I feel like somebody has it. We were all feeling pretty confident about our guesses, so I think it's out there, but who knows? Nobody can say for sure.
Claire, after tonight, there's only going to be 10 people left in the game. Has there been any talk at all about a potential tribe swap or even a merge?
We've definitely heard talk of a tribe swap, and let me tell you, if I make it through tonight, it could not come quick enough. I feel like that's going to be my only saving grace. So we'll just have to see. I hope there's a swap in my future.
So do you say that because you feel like you're on the bottom right now?
Yes, I do feel like I'm on the bottom.
Tom, I mean, so how do you prepare for that if there is going to be a swap or a merge?
I'll be honest, I kind of like the way the deck shuffled the first time around, and I will hope for my luck to continue, hope that I've got numbers.
So Julie, you come back to tribal council a second time in a row. It can't feel good. You have to make another difficult decision tonight. I mean, so how do you vote tonight?
You know, I think after the last tribal council, we went in feeling pretty confident. And then from everybody that I talked to, like the next morning, there was just like this hangover after the dust settled. You feel like, oh, was that the right move? Did we do the right thing? What's the next one going to look at? Yeah, I know, Krista. Like, what's the next tribal going to shake out? Am I on the right side of the numbers? Again, only time will tell.
Phil, what are you weighing when you're deciding who's going to go tonight?
I'd like to say that it's an easy decision, but there's a lot of factors that go into it. Like we've already discussed here today, the idol is a big factor. It's an unknown factor, but it's still a factor. The relationships that we've formed thus far, the information that we've gathered thus far, and really, I think at the end of the day, you know, you can try to plan for tribe swaps. You can try and play for the end game. But the name of the game is survive and advance. And, you know, we have to make sure we get past each tribal surviving, and then plan on those other things. So that the main thing I think for me is making sure my name isn't written down.
Rachel, what do you base your vote on tonight?
It's a good question. I've definitely learned more about everybody's relationship, definitely been doing some fact finding since the last time. I have a better understanding of maybe where people lie, but I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out.
Is there anyone here that feels safe tonight? Raise your hand. No one. Who here thinks that they could possibly be going home? Everyone. Wow. Well, this is going to be a fascinating vote, and we'll get to it. It is time to vote. When I call your name, please direct message me your vote on Discord. And Claire, you're up. I'll go tally the votes. All right. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
Shannon, I'd like to play my idol.
The rules of Survivor state that if a hidden immunity idol is played, then any votes cast against that person will not count, and the person with the next highest number of votes will be sent home. This is a hidden immunity idol. Any votes cast against Claire will not count. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately by turning off their video and audio. You may stay in the Zoom to watch the challenge. I'll read the votes. First vote, Claire, does not count. Claire, does not count. Claire, does not count. Julie, one vote, Julie. Final vote. Rachel, we have a tie. Here's how it's gonna work. We will re-vote. You can only vote for Julie or Rachel. Julie and Rachel will not vote. So Tom, Phil, and Claire, you will be voting again. All right, Tom, you're up. All right, I'll go tally the votes. First vote, Julie. Second vote, Rachel. Second person voted out of Survivor Quarantine Island and the second member of our jury, Rachel. Rachel, the tribe has spoken. Well, guys, another tough vote tonight. I hope that this 4 has the strength you need to turn things around. Grab your torches and let's head back to the main Zoom.
I just got voted out. I probably worked against myself a little, but it's all good. Happy to join Krista in the jury and hopefully make amends for my earlier betrayal.